Hey, what's up? Welcome to DGen That's degenerative education, meaning none of this is financial advice. Just me having fun looking at charts, like the chart behind me, which is of Tilray Brands, ticker symbol TLRY. And so here I am recording this on Monday, October 21st, and I unfortunately think that the stock price could be going lower. And so I wanted to go over a pattern that looks really compelling to me. I do think that we could be seeing, a pullback over the course of the next month, but then by that time, I do think that would be a great dip buying opportunity for what we might be seeing in December, Santa Claus rally into the end of the year, stuff like that. And so, the pattern that I am thinking we're forming is this falling wedge. And so, part of the reason why I could see price coming down to test the bottom of this channel is that, basically with the monthly contracts for options, those expire in a month in November on the 15th. And so I could see price kind of fading down until we get to that date. That would be right around here, November 15th, where the cursor is, and that would be putting price right around $1.42 or, $1.420. And so for me personally, I do have an alert at $1.42, or as you can see there, $1.420. I'll reassess if and when that does get filled because I think that could be a really great dip buying opportunity before we move to the upside to test the top of this wedge before breaking out, moving up to fill that gap at right around $2 a share. The next one I'm really excited about. It's one I was thinking about buying some shares on, and I'm just really, really excited about it because, it's like I said I was going to wait for a level, and I waited for it. It's not there yet. Anyways, the next one is Tilray. So I'm really, really excited about this. And so basically with this, the reason why I'm excited about it is, I guess I should just flip over to the chart. This is something that I talked about. I made this wedge pattern. It's funny, like on, I think like October 21st, I made a video going over this wedge pattern that, I'm waiting for price down to come down to $1.42 because I think that would correspond with retesting the base of this wedge. On earnings day, it did wick down to $1.45. So maybe that's a sign that it's going to wick down to or go down to around $1.45, maybe $1.42, or as you can see over here, $1.420, just having fun with it, being a cannabis stock. I think that's fun. So, I have this alert here at $1.42, but then I started thinking, rather than like buying 100 shares at $1.42 or, however many shares I want to buy down there, maybe I just get a contract and then I could swing that for, let's see, 100% or more. And, I think that could be nice. And so we closed on Friday at $1.49, hit a low of $1.48, so getting really close to $1.42. So like rather than waiting for that level to be hit exactly, maybe I want to, get in on this. And that's based on, as you can tell here, this, falling wedge. And with that, I think that it's all about testing your limits. It's all about the psychology and pushing people to do the exact opposite of what they should be doing. And so with this wedge, following its formation, with these two pivot points up here, really just thinking about the top, is that we see price trading within it, wicking to the very top of it, but then pulling back. Then it wicks above, then it pulls back, then it breaks out, then it pulls back. And so I think that the next time that it breaks out, we get a pretty nice move. But because of this, in my view, kind of like foreshadowing of the future, $1.45 that was hit on October 10th, we could be coming back down to around $1.42. So, I want to start getting into this. But rather than with shares, I'm going to do it with calls. And so, with that being said, from this wedge, I could see it moving up to $1.99 or $2 a share, right around there, because there's this gap up here. So I think that seems pretty reasonable. Also, with the high of the wedge here at 215, seems very reasonable. So I'm excited about this one. And so I want to get in on it. And so what is my plan to get in on? Oops, I got to take a screenshot of that to add it to that. Yeah, so that's, and also we see like the MACD here just flipped red. It could keep going red, so this could be coming down a little bit lower. So yeah, that's my thesis, and I'm sticking to it. And so hopefully this is, yeah. And then also like the RSI there, that's 37, 34, so just above 30. It could go a little bit lower. And so that's, like what I'm looking forward to with this. Just really like making sure, did I copy that correctly? Oops, I want to do it there. Yep, so that looks good. And so that's kind of, like my thesis for this one. I don't have that much data because I just realized this. I do have the $2 strike, June 20th, of course, my favorite date. And so the low on Friday was 21 cents. But, my thesis is that it could be coming lower, so I would establish a position at 20 cents. And that would just be one contract, so risking $20, nothing too crazy. But if price is going lower, I could then add without breaking a sweat and, then waiting for this to break out of that wedge. So, I feel really good about this one. I'm really excited about it. And yeah, I think I began to mention this. I put out a video on this on October 21st, and the next day it broke out, and I was making the case that I think it's going down to $1.42. Broke out, but it's just playing with those emotions. Breakout, and here, it breaks out here. It takes us a while to get a close above that high, and actually, so what was the high on the 22nd? The high was $1.73. What was the close here on the 28th? The close was $1.73, so at but not above that level. I guess we got to close above it here. $1.77, but it was just playing with us up here. And so I wasn't in it. I plan on getting it back into it because I was in it before earnings over here. I plan on getting back into it, $1.42 to swing some calls just to have some fun. Not to go long for the long term, just long for the fun term, the short term, whatever that is. Yeah, but I mean, this is a pretty simple thesis. We do have a spike in the total premium going above 10,000, so that is somebody maybe YOLOing on that, but I really just don't have enough data here because I just got it from the past 5 days. So I think, this is really just based on my TA and just, being an idiot thinking that $1.420 is a fun price. And so I think it's going there because, yeah, it's what does Elon say about Doge? Fate loves irony or whatever, it's funny. So $1.420, I think it's going to happen. I'm really excited about it. So, but anyways, cheers to you guys. And with that being said, if you did find this helpful, if you do enjoy this, I'm going to try to do this every Saturday. Please make sure you let me know in the comments down below what your thoughts are, what stocks you're interested in for me to go over potentially for, videos like this. Make sure you subscribe to the channel because I am really just trying to document my learning of the stock market, how to have an edge, how to make money. And so hopefully my documentation is helpful for you guys. Talking about it like this is helpful for me. Putting stuff in the spreadsheet, it just, it's something a little bit more tangible than just reading something. I'm actually interacting with the data and trying to interpret it better. And so hopefully talking about it like this is helpful for you guys. Thank you so much for being here.